We predominantly use social media to target our users. We barely do any offline marketing, and I guess 90% of our marketing relies on social media. I guess it's about figuring out first what the idea is, doing some research around it if it's feasible, and then investing your money, and then being patient for a couple of years at least, and being patient with the people, not get brokenhearted and disappointed when you get different mixed reviews. Trust in yourself, and that's it. The region of Jammu and Kashmir, we did not have such services in here, and it was a really new idea that people wanted it, but no one was, a couple of people did step up, but we wanted to make all of the bookings online.
Welcome to Take One's Instagram live session.
Hi everyone who's present.
Yeah, to start with, tell us about yourself.
So I've started, I work in my design industry most of the time, but we started the Novo venture, I guess, a couple of years ago. And I'm a B.tech graduate from Kashmir. And yeah, that's all about it. Yeah.
Okay. So if someone wants to start some venture, they always need some inspiration. So what was your inspiration, your motivation behind starting this venture?
I guess someone's inspiration behind starting someone should not be money, first of all. That's what it shouldn't be. And what it should be, rather, should be a cause that you're trying to solve for. Now, for example, our cause for creating Novo was, there were a couple of reasons for that. Such a service did not exist in Jammu and Kashmir, and a lot of big players didn't want to come in and start a service like cab service, auto services on demand in here. So we took the step, and the other motivation behind this is to reduce the commission charges for the drivers. Is what we do predominantly, is what our USP is when we go to the outside markets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your venture has such a unique name, Novo Cabs. So what does it mean?
Novo comes from the word supernova. Supernova means a stage of a star when it's the brightest. And it also comes from the word nova, which in Latin means new. So since it was something, a new concept for a new state, and that's what we did.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So how you decide on the pricing of per kilometer?
We usually follow the government rates, whatever the government rates are. For example, currently it's around 24 rupees per kilometer. That's what we do. Whatever the government prescribes and sets as the rate for autos or cabs or bikes is what we take as the rate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever we start some business, whenever we start some venture, new venture, everyone faces some difficulties, some challenges. So what was your difficulties? What all you faced?
We faced a lot of difficulties because the region of Jammu and Kashmir, we did not have such services in here. And it was a really new idea that people wanted it, but no one was, a couple of people did step up, but we wanted to make all of the bookings online. And the issues that we faced was that, the customers wouldn't understand how the app works mostly. The drivers were very new to technology using it, although they were used to Facebook, but facing issues with training them and figuring out that stuff. So it was mostly challenges around technology and operations that we faced.
Okay. So there are many people who still don't know about this Novo Cabs. So sir, how can you tell them, please tell them, guide them how they can use this application?
So it's pretty simple. Like everyone has been to Delhi. Most of us have been to Delhi and the outside states. And how you book other cab services is you download an application. Same like the same way you download our application. You sign up with your phone number. You enter your name and your gender. And right at the time when you've signed in and signed up, you can enter your destination wherever you want to go, and you'll see the fares right up. And after you see the fares, you can just book the ride and wait for the driver to come and pick you up. And when the ride is done, you see the billing on the app, and you pay the driver whatever the bill is.
Okay. So through this application, you are giving employment to many people of Jammu who are owing a car. So please guide our audience how they can come to you for the employment.
Firstly, it's not just in Jammu, it's in Jammu and Srinagar, both of the
Okay.
cities. And we have around 550 drivers attached right now, combined. If somebody wants to join Novo Cabs and, uh, make money, and create livelihood for them, they can reach out to us on your numbers. We have our numbers listed in our bio. They can come in and, yeah, call any of our numbers, and we'll be able to take them ahead through the onboarding sessions.
Okay. So, sir, according to you, how social media is helping you to reach other people?
Well, we predominantly use social media to target our users. We barely do any offline marketing, and I guess 90% of our marketing relies on social media right now. We we uh, we approach a lot of influencers, we approach a lot of news firms for any marketing that we need to do, and paid ads that we do. So I guess most of it depends on the social media right now. I guess that's where 70 to 80% of our crowd comes in from.
Okay. So, what all areas are you covering?
Currently, we're just covering the Srinagar city and the Jammu city. We'll soon be expanding to other districts as well. But that's still going to be around, I guess, the next month, probably in March.
Okay. So, what all reviews are you getting from the clients?
We get a lot of mixed reviews, to be honest. A lot of people have complaints that they see a particular rate at the start of when they book a cab, and they see a different rate when the ride ends. Is there are certain reasons to it. Some of them could be somewhere it's the driver's fault as well. Maybe he takes the long route without consulting the customer. But most of the time, it's because the customers enter a certain location and they want to be dropped ahead of that location, let's say 1 kilometer further than that. For example, let's take example of Jammu. They'll enter Trikutanagar. Trikutanagar is the center of Trikutanagar, but they would want to be dropped, let's say, at the end of Trikutanagar, and we'll have to compensate the driver for that, right? We cannot just charge the initial amount. And however, the initial amount that we show is only an estimate that would be charged to you at the end of the ride. The actual charge would be around what would be shown before booking the cab.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if some client comes to you and complain you about the driver, so how would you react?
Usually we get emails, reviews, and phone calls about any complaints from the customers. The first step is to reaching out to the customer. Our executives reach out to the customers, and that's the first step in resolving this issue. Get to know about the customer's complaint, what exactly went wrong. Then we go to the driver and confirm the same thing that's happened. Sometimes, there are two sides to the story, and we're trying to figure out who to compensate in what situation. But most of the times, whether it be the fault of the customer or not, our customer first approach is that we refund the customer right away if there's a complaint.
Okay. So, being an entrepreneur, so what is your message for the budding entrepreneurs?
I guess it's about figuring out first what the idea is, doing some research around it if it's feasible, and then investing your money, and then being patient for a couple of years at least, and being patient with the people, not get brokenhearted and disappointed when you get different mixed reviews. Trust in yourself, and that's it, because that's the most part of it.
Okay, that's a great message. So, do you have any message for the audience watching us right now?
Uh, I guess we mostly have people from Jammu and Kashmir in here. My message is just to be, patient with the drivers right now. It's still a startup, and we're trying to meet all the ends. I request to all the customers and the people out there to be a little patient with the drivers. If there is any complaint, you can just reach out to us and we'll resolve it right away. Sometimes we miss a complaint for a couple of hours or a couple of days because we get a huge rush of, let's say when we started out, we got a huge rush of complaints that we reduced, let's say, by 90%. But, we're trying to cycle through them, and that's what I would have to say.
Okay. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for joining this Instagram live session. Thanks for your valuable time.
Thank you as well.